Bismillah, Adaman, Adahim, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, Iyaka na'budu, or Iyaka nasta'in. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all's day. Tried to make the best out of y'all day. I hope y'all learned something today. You learn something every day, whether you notice this or not. Uh, you are receivers. You're always picking up on stuff, or I'm always picking up on stuff, you know. But it's good to know this. It's good to know who you are. If you don't know what to know, it's good to know who you are and whose you are. And it's also good to know who the enemy is. All right, because the Bible say, "Be alert and of sober mind, because your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, all right, seeking someone to devour." You must know how to identify him. All right, in any way, do to come at you through, mentally, physically, spiritually, try to come at you in many ways, bro. You want to be able to identify, dude. You know what I mean? So you can capture the thought, capture whatever scheme or tactic, you know what I mean? And you can, if you can see it, you can rebuke it, deal with it, speak the word over, you know what I mean, bro? Word. And you can handle that bastard. Alright? Word up. But you want to be able to identify him. Alright? Many people, you're not really good at doing that. But that's okay. You're gonna get better at it. Word. Word. Alright. It's good to know who you are, whose you are, and it's good to be able to identify the enemy. Alright? And his schemes and tactics. Alright? Like I said, it's good to know who you are and whose you are. And when you know whose you are, you can find comfort and relief in knowing that God our Father, Allah, Abba, has mastery over all. I'll be lying to you like if I say like I ain't a little like like a little tired or whatever. Not really tired, but like as I ain't trying to think too much about like messing with the people because it's not set up for me to get ahead. So while you still messing around, I gotta do something. I ain't trying to do crazy things. You know what I mean? Word. I ain't focusing too much on that neither. You know what I mean? Like word first. Word. That throw you off. I love the fact to choose what's better. Everything else can be taken away. Word. I always go to what's better. What's better is to know who I am, whose I am. Word. And to be able to sit down and receive my Father's word. You hear me? Everything else, bro, that bring me comfort. Mess with the people, you get to think it throw you off sometimes. You think about this and that. Alright. But I ain't gonna focus on that. Because God my Father is able to propel. Is that the right word? Propel. Push to advance what the people don't want to advance. That's one thing I know. If God my Father open the door for you, no man can shut that. Many people are going to try to shut doors on you. You hear me? Or at least just how you being stagnant in the hallway. Or they want you to be stagnant in the hallway. You know what I mean? Don't get caught up in that. Do what as Paul say, do everything without grumbling or arguing. Or you're going to shine. You know, as you hang on to the word, you're going to shine like a star in the middle of the sky. You hear? Alright. Where me going? Me going somewhere. What was this right there? Oh, yeah, keep on trusting the Lord, too. Yeah, keep on trusting the Lord. Even youths grow tired and weary. But those who trust in the Lord gonna renew their strength. Let's dive on in to the message to the black man in America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Alright. Pick up where we left off on page 177. The title is What is Un-American? Is what the title says. What is un-American? My followers and I are being accused of being un-American. We actually do not know what is American and what is un-American, as the United States of America has not instructed us as to what constitutes an American or an un-American. Recently, the California State Senate Fact-Finding Subcommittee on Un-American Activities, in their 11th report to the 1961 regular California legislature in Sacramento, California, on pages 131 through 138, under the heading, "The Negro Muslims are charging us with being un-American, that we now operate a school for the indoctrination of young Negroes with race hating. This is untrue, for we only teach them who you really are. They can hate or love you. It is up to them. You have always had private schools. First, your students not only learned to hate Negroes, but are the #1 murderers of Negroes. 400 years. The system we living in now, man. It's crazy. It ain't meant for us to get ahead. But bless God, who gonna make the last the head, and he gonna make the first the tail. You hear me? But it's a fact, this system ain't set up for us to get ahead. Bro, I took like 3 tests. Bro, I got like 3 different certificates. They still got me doing basic stuff. I work harder and get paid less. It's people who don't really do nothing. They ain't got to sit there and work, and they get more hours than I get. I'm scratching my head. What the hell? Something wrong somewhere, man. Like, word. And these people who kind of be, you know what I mean? Like, they be like individuals who be like, they caught up with these people. Majority of them, they like behind kissers. That's a nice way to say it. I'm trying to say it in a nice way. They like behind kissers. But anyway, I ain't got nothing to do with that either. I ain't trying to make it about them. We teach the people, not only do y'all learn to hate Negroes, speaking about the white people, but are the #1 murderers of Negroes. All right. Second, we do not teach them to disregard their family names. They do not know them. We teach them to disregard your family names and get their real nation's names. For your names are not our legal names. All right. On page 136, we are classified along with the Communist Party. For 34 years, we have not been anything other than a peaceful people who have never carried weapons, nor have we made any aggressive moves or attacks on anyone. The Negro Muslims, of course, Muslims mean the same as Mohammed and Muhammad. Only one is common in English. Muslim and Muhammad. In Arabic, Muslim and Muhammad are scholarly. The so-called fact-finding committee, we are not surprised to read false statements against us, the Muslims, by the American white people. This is only their nature. They were not created to tell, they were not created to tell, teach, preach, or represent the truth. When it comes to the Negroes, God and the righteous. Right. I was watching a show. People, it was dude I be watching sometimes. They be going out camping and stuff. Dude always camp. He had his kids with him. Dude, the Caucasian dude, he had his little kid with him. I think the dad was playing trick on him or something, and then the little kid say, "You evil man." He was laughing. He was just messing with him though. Where they laugh and joke like that. "You evil man." they find that humorous. All right, you handsome little devil. You ever heard those phrases? You handsome little devil. All right, I ain't never think about calling none of the children handsome little devils. Anyway, just think about what I just now said. Usually, I do not waste my time on the untrue things that I hear or read about me or my followers, stated by our open enemies, the white people, and those of my people whom they have poisoned against self and their kind, the black race. It is written in the scriptures of truth that the devils will put out such evil and false accusations against the messenger of Allah and his followers in these last days of their evil. Bloody world. I think Allah will not allow falsehood to triumph over truth in his days. This so-called fact-finding committee on page 131 says that my father took me to Detroit, where I attended the public schools until I reached the 3rd grade, at which point I left home at the age of 16 and wandered from city to city, serving various jail terms for vagrancy and other minor offenses, except for a term of 4 years in the federal penitentiary. The truth is, I was born in Georgia, went to the public school in Georgia, and I was never out of the state of Georgia until I was 25 years of age. I married and had 2 children and moved to Detroit in April 1923 from Macon, Georgia, where I worked for the Southern Railroad Company and the Cherokee Brick Company, the latter as a Road foreman and builder. I never was arrested and served no jail terms on any charge or charges until 1934. Then I committed myself to the jail in Detroit after learning that the Michigan State Board of Education had arrested the Muslim teachers of the School of Islam. and the secretary of the temple on false charges of contributing to the delinquency of minors. This false charge was dropped, and the teachers were freed. I was at that time given 6 months probation to put our Muslim children back in public schools under Christian teachers. This I did not do. Better believe it. And I moved in September of that same year to Chicago. The next time I was arrested was May 8, 1942, in Washington, D.C., by the FBI for not registering for the draft. When the call was made for all males between 18 and 44, I refused, not evading on the grounds that first, I was a Muslim and would not take part in war, and especially not on the side with the infidels. Second, I was 45 years of age and was not, according to the law, required to register. The above can be verified from the court records in Detroit and Washington, D.C. The name Poole was never my name, nor was it my father's name. It was the name the white slave master. It was the name the white slave master of my grandfather. After the so-called freedom of my fathers, they, being robbed of the knowledge of self and kind, for the past 300 years, did not know what deadly harm the slave master's name would do to them in the way of true freedom and recognition among the free and independent nations of our own, and the spiritual non-acceptance by Allah on the day of resurrection from the devil's names. They allowed themselves to continue to be called by the devil's slave master's names. You see, my name Rashad Elijah Muhammad. Word. Y'all got me jacked up. Word. They really don't understand. They think they just gonna this and that. But this and that. I'm like, what are you talking about? I explain it to you later. But on the coming and appearance of Allah in 1930, who taught me a thorough knowledge of the devils, the time, the resurrection and end, and the judgment of the devils and their followers, and the danger of being called by devil names and believing what they teach as religion. He, Allah, gave me his name. Later, my father and all our family accepted his name, Muhammad. Other believers in Detroit and Chicago accepted many other believers in Detroit and Chicago accepted many other of his names called attributes and his true religion and only religion of God, Islam. The religion Islam is universally recognized as the true religion of God, even by many of the disbelievers and infidels and Hindus. Over 3 million white Americans recognize it. Over 3 million white Americans recognize it in secret. We want to know just what is characterized as un-American. What is characterized as true American? Is being Muslims and righteous, is being Muslims and righteously trying to obey and observe all the divine laws of God that even you, the Christian, preach, but do not obey? and trying to obey your civil laws, what and trying to obey your civil laws, what you call un-American. You and the world know that we seek to do no evil to anyone. We carry no weapons of evil. We are trying to be respected. And we respect you as the rulers of the land. You printed my 12-point program for my people on pages 132 and 133. Is there anything wrong with any of the words mentioned in it for my people? They are: separate ourselves from the slave master. You had us segregated for 400 years, and now say that we are free. It is being un-American to leave you or separate from you a people who have enslaved and destroyed us as human beings. Have not you separated yourselves from us? 2. It's pulling our resources, education, and qualifications for self-independence as you and other nations have done, and since you say we are free, what do you call un-American? 3. Should we not stop forcing ourselves, our presence on you in places of yours where you forbid us and tell us we are not wanted? Is this what you call un-American? Keeping away from that of yours that you forbade us? Making 4. Making our own neighborhoods a decent place to live and seeking a place in your neighborhood. Making our own neighborhoods a decent place to live and seeking a place in your neighborhood just because yours looks better and cleaner. Making wherever we live a nice and clean place to live and making a decent life among ourselves. If you and yours can do it, so can we. Is this what you call un-American? 5. If we want to rid ourselves of the lust of wine and other intoxicating drinks and learn to love ourselves first before loving you or others, is this what you call un-American? 6. Uniting and creating for ourselves. Have you given us anything in the way of your past and present treatment of us that we can believe that it will not be hell on hell? 7. Is it un-American for us to build our own homes and schools, hospitals, and factories while we are suffering and being turned away from many of yours? 8. Is it un-American for us to want to keep our blood pure from being mixed with yours, our enemies? 9. Is it un-American for us to stop wasting our money and trying to buy your finest cars, clothes, shoes, before being able to live in a nice home? 10. Is it un-American for us to spend our money among ourselves, what little we have to spend? 11. Is it un-American for us to build up an economic system among ourselves? 12. Is it un-American for us to protect our women as you and other nations protect women? It is un-American for us to try to set up a clean, respectable society. Is it un-American for us to try to set up a clean, respectful society among ourselves as other nations? And should we not, as well as you, set officers over our society who will see to it that the rules and laws are obeyed? You know it is absolutely false to accuse us of violence or preparing for violence. Allah forbids us to do so. Allah forbids us to do such a thing. He is the one who will do our fighting for us against you, as Jehovah did for Moses and Israel. Only Allah is a little more angry with you for the evils done to us than Jehovah was with Pharaoh. As Jehovah only wanted to set a sign, as Jehovah only wanted to set a sign for you of what you may expect today, and Israel was not the real people of Allah, your evil and false accusations of me and my followers are only to frighten already frightened so-called Negroes from coming to Allah, that they may inherit the earth. You frighten especially the proud so-called Negroes, whom you have made like yourselves, thinking that they might be of some help to us. But Allah is sufficient as a helper. You will not be able to help yourself pretty soon, let alone make poison proud Negroes to help you against us. We want to be ourselves, and we are going to have some of this earth that we can call our own, with the help of Allah, as He has promised us through the mouth of His prophets, from Moses to Muhammad. It is up to you. It is up to you to mistreat us or treat us well. Do as you like. We will not follow you anymore. The United States of America calls all so-called Negroes who want to live as decent, civilized men or women un-American. We want to live in peace. We are they who want to be treated like human beings. We are they who want freedom, justice, and equality. We are they who want a moral reformation of our people, as well as a spiritual reformation. We are they who love unity among the so-called Negroes. We are they who want to be, we are they who want to do for ourselves. We are they who want a home on this earth that we can call our own. We are they who want deliverance from the midst of our 400-year enemies, who keep us subjected to the status of servants and subjected to every brutality and murder known to the civilized men. We are they who seek to rid ourselves of such an inhuman race of devils, and live to ourselves in peace from the fear of such human beasts attacking and killing us night and day. And they call us un-American. Right. The entire federal government is against freedom, justice, and equality, and total separation of the so-called Negroes in a state or states to ourselves. We want not only physical and moral freedom, but even spiritual freedom. If it is true, if it is the true religion of God, called Islam, the federal government's agents follow us everywhere we go. They question the new converts, seeking to pull them away by fear. They threaten them with the loss of jobs and persecution if there be the slightest grounds for it. They call the truth and salvation of Allah that He has brought to us false and troublemaking. They call in both men and women who believe for questioning, just for the sole purpose of trying to frighten them away. They are trying to frighten them from that which they know is their so-called Negroes' salvation and universal recognition, friendship in all walks of life, money and good homes. The United States does not like to see us enjoying these things. The only way is for us to accept Allah and His religion, Islam, and unite and leave such devil race of people. Remember Allah. Remember, Allah is with us to the end. He will give us this whole earth to rule over. Accept and do my 12-point program. The white race is destroying itself and wishes to take you and I into its own destruction. Beware of their tricks, as they are now playing them on you 100%. According to the dictionary definition of un-American, it means one that is not American, nor not characteristic of or proper to America, foreign, or opposed to the American character, usages, standards, etc. As you know, any or all Negroes who seek freedom, justice, and equality are charged or accused of being un-American. They are accused with seeking to overthrow the government of America by force. We, the Muslims, prohibit the carrying of guns, but yet are accused of planning to overthrow the government by force. No Negro leader has been successful in helping his people to freedom, justice, and equality who was not opposed by both his own people and the merciless, wicked white Americans, and also by those poisoned and intellectual so-called Negroes who love and worship the devils and hate self and kind. Today, the Americans hope to unite all educated so-called Negroes along with their already poisoned Negro Christian preachers against us, the Muslims, who preach freedom, justice, and equality for the black nation. They are united against my followers and me. Thanks be to Allah, you are a little too late to win. Allah knew the tricks you would use to try deceiving the black man before you were created. Un-American, I wish to prove according to the English language that every so-called Negro, Indian, and all non-white Europeans are un-American, according to the dictionary's definition of an American. An American, according to the dictionary, is a citizen of the United States or of the earlier British colonies, one not belonging to one of the Aboriginal races. We belong to the Aboriginal nation of the earth, The white or European race is not aboriginal. All right. Native native or inhabitants of the Western Hemisphere. The above explanation makes it clear that we are not members of the white Europeans or descendants of that race. We are the Aboriginal un-Americans. The above explanation also makes it clear that we, so-called Negroes, are not and cannot be American citizens, since we are not American by nature or race. A true American is one other than the Aboriginal race or races that inhabited the Western Hemisphere or the white or the whole planet Earth before the coming of the white man from Europe. We, the so-called Negroes, members of the Aboriginal. Black nation of the earth and of the tribe of Shabazz were kidnapped from our native land and people by the white Englishmen and Americans. We were brought here not to be made Americans or American citizens, but rather to be slaves or servants for the true American citizens, whites who only came from Europe. We, descendants of the Asiatic nation from the continent of Africa, after 100 years of so-called freedom, cannot claim by the law of justice to be Americans or American citizens, nor can we expect anything like equal justice under the law of true American courts. All right. Yeah. I think this goes to like 200. Okay. All right, bro. Okay. That was I'm not gonna get that back tomorrow. All right. 94. A few pages. I stop it. All right. The government, with its great standing armies, cannot even force equal justice. Y'all gonna irritate the crap out of me. We ain't going for that. Little net flying around. The government, with its great standing armies, cannot even force equal justice for the so-called Negroes. Why? Because we are not real American citizens. We are un-American, and by nature, we are different. Know from this day on that if you are a so-called Negro, or red, or black, or an Indian, or any member of the Aboriginal Black nation, you are an un-American. Even though you may have been born in the United States of America, you cannot be an American. Used for criminal purposes. What or why are we called un-American? It is to classify us as criminals, or with crimes that we are not guilty of. They make the truth of God, they make the truth God has given to us an untruth. They use it to conceal our true intentions, but at the same time, they claim freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and religious freedom, lawful under the Constitution. Again, it is abundantly clear to you that have eyes that America never intended freedom for her so-called Negroes. She stands in the way and opposes true freedom, justice, and equality from coming to the poor black man and woman in the Western Hemisphere. She is pleased with the foolish and ignorant worship of the so-called Negroes. She does not ever want the Negroes to accept the true religion, which is Islam. Why? Here in Islam, the Negroes have a true God and true friends on their side. And that means help to the poor Negroes against their open enemies, the white race. So you can, or you will see why they do not want a so-called Negro Muslim people in America. It means independence, friendship, divine guidance, and help against the devils. As it is written in the Holy Quran, know that Allah is with the Muslims. Right. Trick the Negroes to stay in the devil's name is what the titles say. For the first time, the so-called Negroes are awakening to just why white Americans still like to call them, their much hated and despised once Negroes, slaves, after their names, or make the Negroes think names do not mean anything and that they should remain in them. Why? The devils have knowledge of the time. They know you will not be accepted by God or your own nation if represented under their names, which are not names of God, and will not see the hereafter. The intellectual so-called Negroes think it is a disgrace to them to not be called by the slave master's name. Word. Y'all gonna call me Rashad. One of the commandments say, do not take on the name of the Lord your God, confirmation, in vain. Why do you think God changed Abram to Abraham? Listen, man, if y'all believe the Bible, is what I'm saying, what the brother's saying, it's in your book. I was talking to somebody the other day. I was talking to somebody the other day. I talked to many people. They said Jesus the way. The way to where? To God. Absolutely correct. Jesus is the way. Who is Jesus? The Word. The way where? To God, your Father. Once you know Jesus, it's like giving you a key. This is a key. Take the key and put it in the door. Once you put the key in the door, you got access to God, your Father. How come y'all just talk Jesus? Has he not given you access to God, your Father? He said, no man can come to the Father except through me. Correct. Y'all who claim to know Jesus, do you got access to God, your Father? As he said, no man can come to God, the Father, except through me. Did you go through Jesus? Or did you get stuck? Or did you get stuck? Because Jesus clearly tells you, you got access to God, your Father. Do you not understand that? That's in your Bible. Jesus said, nobody can come to God, my Father, except through me. That's correct. For y'all who claim to know Jesus, did you go to God, your Father? As the word say, you can go to God, your Father, through Christ Jesus. Or is you just stuck at Jesus? If you just stuck at Jesus, something wrong. Because he clearly will line you up with God the Father. If you don't understand, that's something wrong. Rewind what I said 100 times until it sink in. If you don't understand that, think there's something wrong up here. And I'm just holding up a mirror to reflect and see what's going on. Well, I get right here. God changed Abram to Abraham, Sarah to Sarah, Jacob to Israel. It's in your book. You got the same name though, don't you? Y'all see my name change, right? I took on one of God's name, as it say. He said, just don't do it in vain. Word, word. He telling you what to do. He telling you what to do, what not to do, at the same time. Word. Anyway. I'll make a whole point about that tomorrow. The intellectual so-called Negroes think it is a disgrace to them to not be called by their slave master's name. I like my name, Steve Smith. Where your black name being called Steve Smith, Steve Green. Alex. Or Alexandra's. Y'all got wild names, bro. Or I see Chinese people when they move over here. Like I used to go get Chinese food a whole lot, and I'd speak to the people, and I'd be like, "What's your name, bro?" They'll tell me an English name. I know for a fact that's not your real name. Your name is not John John. Boy, what's your name, brother? You said you seem crazy to me. I ain't never said it to him. Where I know a dude that worked at the what's the place called? Kings Island. I know a few of them Chinese people up there, but I speak Chinese. Ni hao. How ju bu jian. Hen hao. Hen hao. All right, very good. I speak a little Chinese. Yeah, I know how to say hi, ni hao, and how you been? How ju bu jian? How ju bu jian? That means how you been? All right. Hen hao. Very good. If I say ni hao ma, that means how are you? Ni hao ma, how are you? I ain't got time to get y'all Chinese speaking lesson. That's not what I'm saying is I know a Chinese brother that worked at the Chinese place. I know a few of them. Word. I said, bro, tell me your. I still don't know his real name. Word. He didn't tell me his real name. He told me he say John John. I got half a mind next to my son and pull him in the corner, bro. You sound crazy as hell calling yourself John John. You a damn Chinese man. John John. Why that to me it seemed like you're a little bit ignorant. Word. To even word. I know you want to fit in. You see? They take on one of these names to fit in. But they people who word, bro. This is what I'm saying. Any one of my Chinese brothers, you ain't gonna this and that. You ain't gonna call yourself unless y'all mixed up with American culture. You'll see people who born over here. They mixed up with American culture. You'll see them got Caucasian names. Now, as you see, they fit in with the Caucasian people really well. You know what I mean? They like the Caucasian people respect my Chinese brothers. Why? Because they do know who they are to some degree. They not in a condition. If you respect yourself to some degree, they respect you. We don't got no respect. They don't respect us. The Chinese in slavery days, Chinese people wasn't slaves. While we were slaves, Chinese people had access to come to America. Japanese people, they had access to come over here. While we were slaves, they could come over here by train, by boats and stuff, planes or whatever. You know what I mean? And mingle with white America. This is why we slaves. I'm putting a stand. I'm showing you something like, because how they view people, like black people, colored people, they don't consider us as people. But my Chinese bro, they respect them. Word. Word. But I was saying like, yeah, I used to go to that Kings Island spot all the time. Word. And I ain't been there in a minute. But I remember John John though, cause I talk to him and I go. I speak Chinese when I go in there. Listen, y'all think Ni hao man. How are you? How you bujin? How you been? And how? Been very good. Well, I be messing them up when I go up there. They be like, how you know Chinese? Nigga, I'm not dumb. I gotta be able to speak to different people of different cultures. I gotta know their language to some degree. Word. I ain't fluent in Chinese, but I still got like a few pages of stuff like I was learning. You know what I mean? Word. I'm always learning something. I gotta increase my dumb so I can expand my variety of so I'm not just limited to just I want to just be limited to just talking to one people. I want to speak to a lot of people. You know what I mean? I gotta know their language. But anyway, yeah, John. I want to pull you in the corner and just, John, what the hell wrong with you? That is not your name, my boy. You a Chinese dude. Your name is not John. I know your mom did not name you John John. That's a fact. If she did something wrong with her, she mixed up with America or something. Your name not John John. I don't give a damn what you talking about. You know what I mean? Word. I can see one of y'all people, one of my Caucasian brother, black brother, y'all taking on one of these names. Word. You know what I mean? These people outside of the, you know what I mean? Word, bro. It's just funny to me. You see how the culture mixed up with the people. If I was to say I got a friend named Lee Chang, what come to your mind automatically? A Chinese brother. Automatically. Korean, Asian, some type of descent. It gives the name give itself away. Automatically. It's respect. The name means something. Your name holds weight. It's power in the tongue. This and that. Stuff means stuff. Can you take it even farther? Sure. I can show you clearly that words mean stuff. Government. What's the two parties? Republican and Democrat. Right? You got the Republican Party and Democrat Party, right? So what? Democrat. Do you know what that word means? You don't know what the word means, do you? Y'all believe in democracy? Do y'all know what the word democracy means? One viewer, YouTube, one person, Facebook. Do you know what democracy means? Democracy, demo, demon, cracy, the rule. When you put them together, it's the rule of demons. Democracy. Look it up. Anyway, ain't that the system we in? Republican, democracy. It go deeper and deeper. I can do this all damn day. I already been on here for an hour. I ain't gonna be up all night with y'all doing this, isn't it? I gotta get up and deal with these people tomorrow. You know what I mean? Oh man, look. Right. Oh man, somebody gotta do it. Alright, somebody gotta do it. You know? Time is it anyway? It still hurt. Words mean stuff. You'd be surprised with words that you use and say all the time. They say, watch what you say sometimes, right? Words mean stuff, bro. Word. Many people don't know what I'm telling you, man, this is powerful. This is deep. Word in the beginning was the word. Words is powerful. In the beginning was the word. It's something about, it's one thing speaking, it's nothing to know the word, to understand. Word. Your name could be fool. Somebody call it, that's like super clear. You know what I mean? I'm quite sure nobody's gonna name you fool. You know what I mean? But you had a name like fool, like you wouldn't want that name, would you? You know what I mean? Confirmation. You wouldn't want to be. You would like. Can you imagine somebody being named fool or dumb for a name? Dumb Johnson. Man, stop calling me that. Word. It's the same damn thing as y'all. Word. I'm trying to make it clear to you, but let me finish and go on for. I don't think I spent enough time on that. I'll come back to it another day. The intellectual so-called Negroes think it is a disgrace. Think it is a disgrace to them to not be called by the slave master's name. Even a doctor once tried to make me change my name and be called by the slave master's name and said if I wanted to be called Muhammad, I should go to the court and have my name changed legally. I laughed and said that I was sorry. I laughed and said that I was sorry, but I had my legal name, and there is no law to make me pay to be called by that name. I have been called by an illegal name. Now I have gotten rid of that illegal slave name for a legal and holy name of God. Again, we must remember that the white race never intended anything like good for you. You must remember that. Bro, we living in a white man's world. I don't give a damn what y'all talking about. I don't give a damn what y'all talking about. We live in America. America was built by what they say them founding fathers. British people, English people. This is not your country, my boy. The people was here, correction, forgive me. Once upon a time, it was the people's country. They took that. They made slaves out of people. Right now, America has a president. For 400 years, whenever George Washington first president, whatever, I don't know when he became first president, but since that time, bro, they took the land. It's not your land no more. You pay them to live here, right? You pay them to live here. Right. You know what I mean? This is their place. They took that. Alright. They brought y'all over here as slaves. Messed y'all up. Messed us up. 400 years. Bro, they never had good intentions. These people is some wicked people. If they do something, it's at an angle. Do some of y'all know about angles, manipulation? Some of y'all got boyfriends and girlfriends. Well, you let them stay with you as long as they do what you want them to do. You understand that quite well. That you understand that quite well. Yeah, many of y'all. Word. That's a good example. Now I ain't stepping on your toes now. For y'all who are in relationships, I'm not on y'all toes. I'm just using that for because you understand that because y'all do that. Y'all be doing that crap with each other. That's bull crap y'all doing with each other, but that's a small hand. It's a bigger hand involved. These people never gave us anything to help us. Everything they ever did. Slavery, death, rape, murder. Slavery, death, rape, murder. It's still going on. Now a lot of y'all doing it to each other. That's not by coincidence. It's by circumstance. This is a system set up and designed to be this way. It ain't by circumstance. At any given moment, they can take something away from you or give something to you. Don't y'all see that? At any given moment, they can take something away from you. Or they can give it to you. They can keep you on food stamps, keep you. Thank you. I need that EBT. Thank you. Once a month. Y'all been like that for hundreds of years. Taking crumbs out their hand. Being thankful to the devil for giving you crumbs to barely get by on. Remember that the white race never intended anything like good for you. Alright. That's nothing. I'm just saying, man. I got some good Caucasian brothers, man. I got some good Caucasian brothers. When I'm speaking, I'm not speaking against all my Caucasian brothers. I'm speaking about those evil, wicked bastards. I got some good black brothers. There's some black people I can't. Y'all, if the shoes fit, man, by choice, you the people of God. But by circumstance, you acting like the people of Satan. You killing each other, this and that. It's not your fault, though. You being manipulated to doing these things. You know what I mean? Word. Some of y'all want to be with the enemy. You know what I mean? Like, word. Some of y'all want to be with the enemy. Got some black devils out here. You know what I mean? Just like I whoop some white asses. If I see some black devils out here, I whoop your ass too. I don't show no favoritism. The Lord don't show no favoritism. Word. You know what I mean? So don't just think it's a black and white thing. But nevertheless, this is truth. This is a white man's world. This is a Caucasian-built world. The president's Caucasian. Legislative, judicial, executive branch, Caucasian. The government's politics, Democrat, Party, Republicans, Caucasian. Your Supreme Court judges, Caucasian. The ones who hold power. You might see a few colored people in there. Them people ain't got no damn weight. They can easily get rid of them. That's just a trick tactic to make you think that you can fit in this system. As long as you do what we tell you to do. You can run for governor, run for mayor. You know what I mean? Word. But you still gonna do what we tell you to do. Get out of line. Look at what happened to JFK. What? Get out of line if you want to. Look what happened to JFK. John F. Kennedy. Assassinated. The president. It's your own people who kill you. You think someone in the street can kill the president? I'm talking about some low-class nigga. Forgive me. I ain't mean to say that word. I'm talking about some black person, some random citizen. You think they can kill the president, assassinate the president? Bro, the people well protected. It has to be an inside job. There's no other way. Word. It's your own people who do it to you. Who you see killing y'all out here? A lot of black people, right? Word. It's messed up. Same thing going on in there. There's even there's some stuff that be going on in, behind doors with them too. You know, word. Word. They own kind do it to themselves. Word. Look, Hollywood rap this and that. It's their own people who it's their own people tricking y'all. Who y'all love to be around, who y'all idolize, who y'all want to be like. They be the ones that trick your ass. Word. You want to go hang out at them parties, do this and do that? That's where you get drugged at. Yes? No? Is it not making sense to you? Or am I just listening to that? I'll make it to the next page and then I'm gonna get off of here. Still early though. Remember that the white race never intended anything good for you. Why do they oppose our struggle for injustice? Why do they oppose our struggle for justice and freedom if they want to see all people free and enjoy injustice and equality? They are not referring to you. You are not people in their eyes. That's been proven. They made slaves out of you, man. I don't get it, bro. What's wrong with people these days? Is it something in the food or in the water? Something clearly wrong somewhere. Word. Because like the people not paying attention. We easily distracted, this and that. We're not thinking. Now tell me what these people. Word. They are not referring to you. You are not people in their eye. It is their people they are referring to. Why do they oppose segregation of us into a state or territory of our own? Since we cannot live in peace with them, when we read of the evils done to us and to our fathers by this race of devils, we cannot foresee anything in them but evil, hatred, and murder for us and our unborn children. Read some of their books as to what was done against our slave parents by the fathers of these modern murderers of ours. For instance, the book entitled Brown Americans by Edwin R. Embry, printed in 1946. Look it up. For instance, the book entitled Brown Americans by Edwin R. Embry, EDWIN R. Embry, EMBREE, printed in 1946. Page 54 tells a story of law against education for the so-called Negroes. He quotes a devil, Henry Berry, as saying while speaking in the Virginia House of Delegates in 1832 and describing the situation as existed at that time in many parts of the South. We have, as far as possible, closed every avenue by which light may enter the slave's mind. the avenue of light of Allah, you are unable to shut out from coming to us. Amen. This is what this Henry Berry dude said in 18 in the Virginia House of Delegates in 1832. A man named Henry Berry, Henry. Some of y'all got the name Henry. I know like 20, 30 Henrys. My goodness. Henry Berry. Henry. Berry. He was speaking in the Virginia House of Delegates in 1832. And this is what this dude, Henry Berry, said. All right. This is what a white man, Edwin R. Embry, wrote in 1946. A white man named Edwin R. Embry, printed in 1946, page 54. What Henry Berry said in 1832. We ain't making this up. It's in history. It's in a damn book somewhere. You can go read it. This white dude said, as we have, as far as possible, closed every avenue by which light may enter the slave's mind. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad wrote in quotation marks, the avenue of light of Allah, you are unable to shut out from coming to us. Amen. If we could extinguish the capacity to see the light, our work would be complete. They would then be on a level with the beasts of the field, and we should be safe. I'm not certain that we would not do it if we could find out the process, and that on the plea of necessity. The above words, desires, and works against you are still in the hearts. The above words, desires, and works against you are still in the hearts of their evil, bloodthirsty children against you. Today, they go around in large cities like Chicago at night in cars loaded with baseball bats, guns, iron pipes, and knives to pounce upon and kill poor, harmless so-called Negroes. We are living under the very shadow of death in such a place as America. Unity under the guidance and protection of Allah will bring an end to this horrible situation. What do you see as a future in them for you and your children? Nothing but hell. Nothing but hell. That jump blow me off when I see all these jumps. A lot of y'all, like lately, y'all be making fun of Diddy, R. Kelly, Meek Mills, Lil Baby. I see a whole bunch of these dudes, but these dudes a little bit weird now, as far as this they lifestyle, whatever. But who they around? A lot of white people. Who they trying to be like? White people. Who you see them in pictures with doing all these strange activities? White people. You in their world. You got to do what they do. You want to be in their world. If you want to succeed and be like them, to be accepted. Do you want to be in that world? You want to be homosexual? You want to be out of your mind on some other stuff? Just to have some type of image? To hell with that. Word, some stuff you can't put a price on. You can't put a price on being you. Word, it ain't no money in the world. I want to be me. Word. You see what I'm saying? I like meat. Word. I want to, word. You know, these people on some weird crap. Mhm. And if you mingle and mess with them, you can expect nothing but hell. Look at the people after they do what they do, and then they go through what they go through, nothing but hell. I'm quite sure they wish they never would have did it. Some of their own damn people be getting caught up in the mix and messed up. Word, bro. Because you got some good white people. Some of them, even they get caught up in it. You know, one thing about it, Satan don't give a damn. He don't mind burning his kids up with the rest of them. Word. You know what I mean? Word. Dude ain't got no love in his heart, not even for his own children. Word. I mean, getting everyone, bringing everyone on, he'll throw them in the bus too. Cause dude don't give a damn about his kids. He don't give a damn about himself. If he don't give a damn about God, you know he don't care about his children. Alright. Dude, he recognized and bow down to God. I'm just saying. He don't give a damn though. He in rebellion. He don't care too much about his kids. He got children. Alright? Y'all see them all the time. Don't you believe this is a world ran by Satan? Who run the world? Right, listen to the words. It's right there. White and white. I would have said it's in black and white, but white and white. It ain't in black and white, it's in white and white. Alright. Truth be told. Word. And that's in black and white. Word. You know what I mean? But anyway. Remember, if you are black or a member of the black nation, you are un-American. If you want equal justice and a decent way of life to live, or have love for the black people, you are un-American. The American is the only one that can sing. The American is the only one that can sing the land of freedom. It is for white Americans. Alright. Page 186. Stop there. Y'all be blessed, my brothers and my sisters. And I'm going to catch y'all again, hopefully. Amen. Peace. If I can get off here. But in the name of Allah, may the word sink in. And may understanding come to y'all. I think that's a better way to end. Peace. Page 186.